In this video, I am going to be quickly talking about funding related queries. The two of the very common queries are number one, of course, to do with scholarships. Number two, is it possible to work while studying in the US? The first point that you need to understand is the fact that scholarships are not very tough in US. Please do watch my other video where I talked about why scholarships are actually bad news for the student going to US. I have always recommended my students to look for assistantship. The difference between scholarship and assistantship is scholarship is something that you get without you doing anything. Assistantship, you need to work for the university or the department for you to get that money. Now, so what exactly are the points I have said? Number one, getting scholarship, assistantship, etc. is not very tough. Yes, you need to build your profile for that. That is something that you need to be investing on. Do understand the fact that universities and colleges cannot give assistantship and scholarship to all the students. Okay. Now, the second question is it possible for you to work? Answer is yes. Officially, you are allowed to work for 20 hours a week within the campus, and when I say within the campus of the college, do not be under the impression that it's a small campus. US colleges are huge, so there are a lot of jobs available. So scholarships, assistantship, part-time jobs, all of them do only one thing. They help reduce the financial burden. So yes, you do have various opportunities of getting quality education even if you cannot afford them right now. But how much you earn through this part-time job is also a function of what skills you have. So I normally recommend my students to build the skills here and before going, so that when you go to US, during the application process, you can fight for assistantship. And if the college is top, why not for scholarships as well? And then if you fail to get these two for some reasons, you can still go to US and officially work there, earn money. While you do so, you're also developing the skills. One of the things I keep telling my students is, today, financial challenges need not stop you from getting quality education or improving your chances of making a good life in career. In case you do have challenges, do get in touch with us and we will see if we can guide you to the right way of raising funds. Let's not also forget, even Indian government and various state governments as well as Indian corporates also extend assistance. But of course, if you are, pardon me for saying this, but that's a reality, if you are economically challenged, then you need to fight harder, of course. Building a profile therefore becomes important, and quite often I tell my students, if you are planning to go abroad, start investing in your profile during the second year of your graduation itself. Third year is a time for intense examination preparation as well as profile building, and by the early fourth year, if you're an engineer, your application has to go, because earlier you submit the application, the higher the chances of you getting funding. One of the very confusing terms that students ask me is about CPT, or compulsory practical training. Quite often they have heard about OPT, the optional practical training. So what is the difference between CPT and OPT? You need to understand the fact that quite a few curriculum or the education system in US is practical oriented. So sometimes as a part of the curriculum during doing your graduation studies, you are expected to do some job so that you get the practical exposure. Now remember, this is a part of the curriculum. This is not something optional. Therefore, this comes under what is known as CPT, or compulsory practical training. As against that, as students, you are allowed to work, remember, 20 hours during your period of your graduation. So you can work with companies. That's an option that you have. Now this comes under OPT. So what is the difference between CPT and OPT? First one, CPT is not for every course. Remember I said it has to be a part of the curriculum. Second one, because it's a part of the curriculum, you can't take up any job. It has to be very strongly related to the curriculum. And furthermore, the company that's giving you this has to be something that is approved by syllabus. Now CPT is also something that you need to do during the graduation period because it's a part of the curriculum. Now OPT is different. OPT is something that you can do during or even after your graduation. Now, if you look at many Indians who probably don't get great jobs and want to stay back in the US so that they can fight for the H-1B visa, they normally go for OPT. Yes, OPT has to be again related to your curriculum, but that's a key word. The choice of companies is much wider than CPT were to offer. The current rule of OPT basically says that if you are going to do your graduation in US, you get 12 months of OPT, which means you can work for 12 months. But yes, if you are a student of STEM, that is science, technology, engineering and mathematics, then it's extended further by another 17 months, which basically makes it 29 months cumulatively. Now, this is one of the reasons why students, especially looking at STEM, are excited about what US is all about. Now, if you were to do, what if you are coming from a program where CPT is allowed? Do you get CPT benefit and OPT benefit? Answer is no. If you do utilize the CPT benefit for 12 months, then you do not get the OPT benefit. So these are a bit confusing, but don't worry, we will be there to help you guide all this when the time comes, right? Alright?